Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We are back once again with Eldrazi Ramp. A few slight modifications. Up one Worldbreaker, down one Devourer of Destiny. This hand looks solid. We'll keep and pass to our opponent. We'll go Wooded Foothills, Utopia Sprawl. We might be able to tell pretty quickly what they're playing, see if we need to go blue or red. Hell, might even be able to see whether or not we can go for a Stomping Ground, an artifact land. Wasn't expecting to see that today, but I think we're well positioned to interact with that. That does make me feel like we can go Stomping Ground. Actually, I think Breeding Pool is better, because we can go green, blue, or red. So let's go Breeding Pool. Yes. Breeding Pool on red and pass. And so it looks like that's going to be a turn to Karn. And I think that will mess their day up. No idea what we're playing against. Rakdos Affinity, question mark? They have 2, technically 4 mana. Okay, 3, technically 6. Familiar, well, I'm going to pitch this Kozilek's Return. And we're going to just mess up their day if they play nothing else. Okay, blue, thought cast. So it is Affinity, it looks like Rakdos, question mark. Well, there's an Emrakul. I think we're going to tuck the Emrakul. And we are going to cast Karn the Great Creator. Do you concede? I mean, you'll be able to take Karn down a bit at a time, but not as much as you probably would want. Yeah, I think that's an appropriate response to a Karn. This is not a matchup that you're well positioned against. We'll put it that way. I don't really know much about this matchup, so I mean, I'm gonna imagine the returns are fine. Because it definitely seems like Rakdos Affinity. I mean, we want the World Breakers. Mygo spawns are good. Emrakul might be a bit meh. So maybe we go 2 Dismembers up, 2 Emrakuls down, and run it like that. On the draw for game 2. Just not really good. I mean, if we high roll into a lab, we get somewhere, but like, then where does it go, right? Not going really anywhere. This hand is... it's okay as well. The Rumble makes it a bit nicer. I'll keep it and pitch that Emrakul. Done. Pass, and we'll go Commercial District on turn 1. Springleaf Drum. Yes, looks like Rakdos Affinity. Oh, Utopia Sprawl. Okay, that makes things a little bit different. So we can go Windswept Teeth. Fetch with Windswept Teeth. I will go... I mean, we have the red here, so I can probably just go Forest, Utopia Sprawl, blue. Let's do that. Blue. Pass. We're hoping to draw into an untapped land if we can help it. Would be ideal. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we do go Commercial District, and if we find a soul land, even better. A lot of Blood Fountains. A lot of Blood Fountains. Monitor. Okay. And anything else? Not enough for Kappa Cannoneer. So I'm really just trying to make as many... Oh, Moto's lagging. Okay, we can clear board. That's kind of nice. Well, we will go Malevolent Trumbull. There's the Ugin Lab. So I'll grab the Ugin Lab. So this is 3, 4, 6. I will go... Yeah, we'll go commercial districts. Utopia Sprawl is net neutral, so we will keep that on top. Pass, and we'll hold up this Dismember. We can't hold up the Return, but we can hold up the Dismember at least. Refurbished Familiar. Well, don't mind if I do. I do like putting the Return into the yard. Oh, but I don't want to cast it. I want to discard it. Because this will clear the majority of your board pretty cleanly. Okay, might be the, yeah, I was about to say the Iron Eater. So enters, you draw X cards and lose X life, or X is half the number of artifacts you control. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll draw 4, take 4. It is pretty good in that regard. Might be able to storm off a little bit. I mean, the good news is we get World Breaker down. We more or less win. So I'm debating whether or not I do Ugin's Lab the World Breaker and instead might just go Sowing Myco Spawn. So you can just Sowing Myco Spawn for 4 and grab a lab. And then World Breaker will just clear board with the command. Take a land down with it or take an artifact down with it. That would be the idea. If I need, I have the Dismember in hand for spot removal. They try and take out the spawn. We can always take out the Imskir. Okay, Kappa Cannoneer. There is the Kappa Cannoneer. Yes, Ward 4 is going to make things a little bit difficult. That, and once again, the fact that it triggers off itself is kind of absurd. Not gonna lie. Would really love to see a Null Drifter right now. Null Drifter would be ideal. And we'll just take... Well, actually, we already knew it was a Utopia Sprawl. Surprise! Utopia Sprawl. We set this on blue, so we will set this on red. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go here, right? And we then tuck the breaker for 6. If I then grab Temple of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, still missing the 7 is the problem. So I do think I'm only going to play the lab and not grab back the, or not imprint the breaker. Because we really do need to clear board. The thing is that Kappa Cannoneer is going to become very big very quickly. So we'll go Sowing Myco Spawn. And I will grab an Eldrazi Temple. So that is enough. We can even block with the Eldrazi Spawn if we need, and or Dismember. I guess mana value. Okay, so mana value's fine. If we think that we'll have to get rid of it, we can Dismember the Iron Eater. I will say, Thought Monitor, actually a really good fling target, just realized. Yeah, god dang. Alright, well, Kappa is unblockable now. Not thrilled by that prospect. Springleaf Drum. 1, 2, 3. If I were to dismember this Iron Eater now, now's the time to do so, right? Because they only have 3 mana. So I will go ahead and dismember the Iron Eater. And then pass. Unfortunately, this Kozilek's return is not going to take down this Kappa Cannoneer, which is problematic. Letting them potentially toss Thought Monitor at the face for 7 is less than ideal. Because they would hit me for 6 to 11. And then 4 into air. And then 7. Yeah, they had lethal on board if I didn't do this, realistically speaking. That resolves. Kappa gets bigger. Another... Oh. Well, that is a minor problem, isn't it? Huh. Well, that's 14 anyways. Yeah, you got it. Not much I can do about that. So yeah, I was dead one way or another. Alright, lost for game 2. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I can count. That's not 14. 1, 2, 3. Sack. 2, 5, 6. No, we don't got it. We got nothing. Yeah, you got it. Alright, to game 3. Well, I was really relying on that return, and it did not go the way we wanted. Is Dismember good here? I mean, yeah, it still has its place, especially with that Iron Eater. Yeah, I think we just run it back. Don't think. Actually, do I have a sideboard guide for Affinity? I do. Honestly, I think I just did down 1 Emrakul, up 1 Leveler. But on the play for game 3 against Rakdos Affinity, I will keep this. Revealed Devourer. And this sets up for a turn 2 Rumble, and ideally into a turn 3 kicked Mycospawn. So it's a good hand made even better. I think we do like this return, but I also like this breaker. I also like the breaker, so we're gonna go breaker. Let's go Stomping Ground, tapped, and pass. And pass. Could have been an argument to play the Temple untapped to, let's say, exile a Ornithopter to make things more expensive. But it looks like they don't got it. So we will Malevolent Rumble. Yes, Soul Land here. No Soul Land, but we do have a Mycospawn. I think instead I'm tempted to just go for a land here and grab a forest. That way I can play the forest, play the Mycospawn we have here, or even better yet, Kozilek's command X2. I think that might be correct. So we'll pass. I guess we can actually do X3 and pass. So maybe go Mycospawn. We then go Lab, Imprint Devourer, Tuck the Talisman. Yeah, I think that might be more correct. Our opponent's hand looks a bit slow, thankfully. So they have 1 mana, 3 affinity. Really need to disrupt their game plan here. In an ideal world, if we could draw into a soul land, that would be perfect. Glimmer Void, yep. Black, red cranial ram. Yeah. That's a thing you got. Utopia Sprawl, you say. Well, that's mana neutral. So we'll go Utopia Sprawl for blue. We can Sowing Mycospawn. Not kicked. Grab a lab. Play the Talisman, and then we can actually exile the Germ token. So I'll grab the lab. Imprint Devourer. Resolve. I will cast the Talisman and pass. Alright, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. Ornithopter, yeah. Making the germ bigger. Thought Monitor, yes. Thought Monitor will resolve. It does have trample, I believe. Right? No, it does not. It's just kind of a big fatty. I do wonder if we should get rid of the ram. Mox Opal, yes. Iron Eater, you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's rounded down to 6, so 3 and 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm debating whether or not I want to command them this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That way we can get rid of the Iron Eater. We'll see what happens. So draw 3. I mean, if they play the familiar, we probably will cycle the command. You'll attack. I think I want to devour the Iron Eater. Or we could always go, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 8, one short. Okay, well, I'm going to block the Sowing Mycospawn. Block. Just to confirm, no trample, no trample. Cool. Yep. Goodbye, Germ. Second main, I imagine you equip it to something. I'd be surprised if you didn't. Probably a Thought Monitor, which does raise some concerns. See, that'd be the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about right now, is that if we don't get rid of that ram, they're going to have a big ol' flyer, right? Go to end step. A forest. So we can go x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get rid of the Thought Monitor, actually. Though they can just equip it to the Ornithopter. But then we do have the World Breaker. The alternative is that I just get rid of the Cranial Ram, because it is kind of the problem card, right? That is also a genuine thought. Now I can actually do both. I can command X. Now there's also an argument to maybe just stacking the top of my deck. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just stack. So we're going to hold up a green mana. X equals 7. Oh, yes, son of a... Consign to memory? Metallurgic... What's it? What is it called? What's the freaking thing called? It's the one that has basically affinity. It's just a consign. Well, that's problematic no matter how you slice it. Whether we cast the World Breaker or the command. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be a 9-2. So it'll hit me for 9, 14. And then I think they can throw the Thought Monitor for additional 7. So I think I'm dead. I think I might be dead. And I don't think there was a clean way around that. Because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we could have held up a temple to exile the Ornithopter. That's about it. So I do think I'm dead. Yep, methinks I'm dead. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Though I guess actually maybe not just yet. We're going to be in a tough position, but not dead. Familiar, we'll get rid of the World Breaker. What is my out? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, I guess Emrakul maybe? But that's going to be a big cranial ram. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. That sure is a 12-3 Thought Monitor. I forgot to give a plus X plus 1. Guess that makes sense since the germ is a 0-0. Huh. Well, that is a bit of an inconvenience. And a 3, meaning that they untap, they win. Saga, just add insult to injury. Because the... Yeah, Utopia Sprawl. That's going to do a lot of good. Yeah. There's nothing. We got nothing. We can take a Devour from underneath. We can exile the Thought Monitor. That's not going to do anything. They'll attach a Cranial Ram to another Thought Monitor. We can get rid... We need to also get rid of you. Yeah, that's a rough one. Unfortunate. I'm not even sure if Karn would have actually done anything here. I guess actually Karn would have shut off those Darksteel Citadels. Unfortunate match 1 loss. But that sometimes happens. That said, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. I mean, this is looking like a turn 2 Karn. We'll take it. Depending on the deck, this could be absolutely backbreaking. Oh, I think this is Mill. I think I'm in danger. Let's go Stomping Grounds. Shock. For blue. Pass. And the good thing about Karn is that we should be able to slow things down a bit. Let's tuck the Emrakul and attempt to resolve Karn. Karn resolves minus Karn. And we're going to go for Liquid Metal Coating. They don't have any pressure on board. And opponent scoops it up. I want to say this is almost 1000% Dimir Mill. So it really just comes down to ensuring that they cannot stick their resources. Leveler in. It's really good if milled. Dismember in. I think cutting 2 Karn might be correct. Actually, no. I think cutting 2 Myco Spawn is correct. We really don't want to be searching our library if we can help it. On the draw for game 2, we can keep this. Oh, maybe we go Forest first. Forest. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Pass. Pass. Maybe actually go Misty. Yep, that's the crab. I was expecting this. Okay. So we'll go Misty Rainforest. Fetch with Misty. I will grab another. Actually, I don't want to grab a forest. They do have the ability to destroy non-basics, though. We'll go forest. I said blue before, so this will be red. Right, I did blue, red. And let's evoke with the Null Drifter. A Soin Myco Spawn would be ideal. We did, in fact, search, didn't we? Yeah, didn't think about that. Didn't think about that, I'll be real. Let's see, we did hit a Kozilek's return, so casting this World Breaker will be nice. At least sweep the board of the crab. And the good news is they only had one of them. We also see a World Breaker in Grave. I'd love to see something like a Shifting Woodland off the top. Crack the Blue Delta, another 3 in. Shocking. Me. Mill. There's a Cityscape Leveler, so that's good to note. This Rumble looks worse and worse. Yeah, we could have avoided the Archive Trap. That was a misplay on my part. I was trying to be mana efficient and ended up being a little bit silly. Especially because we could have just played the Temple. Taking out the Karn's fine, actually. We could have taken the Temple, and this would have blue. We could have done that and then green on this, and we could have done it the same exact way and just avoided actually searching, basically. We'd have 13 more cards in our deck. So that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, they cut 2 Myco spawns. Might just be taking next turn off at this rate. 3 Tashas, 7 cards into exile down to 16. Should be at 29 if I played that correctly. I'll keep that in mind as we move forward. So we have 4, 6. Like I said, this Rumble not looking great. I mean, I just need to kind of hope they run out of steam. And that we can get rid of this crab. Well, we got all the Eldrazi temples in the frickin' world, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna search, so we'll just go Temple into Breaker. Okay. More crab. And with it on the stack, paying for what? Oh, World Breaker. Well, that's just rude. I guess we could have gone Ugin's Lab to insulate it from something like this. I'm actually wondering. Could I have... Okay, so this also might be an example of me misplaying. I think I could have Return Breaker from Grave and had it lose its target. I think that was a thing I could have done. Obviously, I didn't. How much more do we have left in our deck? That's a good question. We are in trouble. One, two, three, four, five, six. Thing is, even a leveler won't do much right now. Yeah, I should not have... Like, it's a bad habit I have on MTGO, is pressing 6 or 0 when I have things that I could theoretically do. I really should not. For it would be... I might be able to do something right. I can respond to the surgical extraction. But I think they win this one. Fractured Sanity, 4 cards, down to 5, cycle. I don't think if I even have a threat left in board. They took out Karn, they took out Breaker. Like, we have the leveler sitting and waiting. Right now it's 6 mana. Okay, so. Drawing 2 really isn't a good option. Instead, I will unearth the leveler. Leveler comes in. The question is whether or not we have anything else left in our deck. I'm going to destroy it into exile. Yeah. Like, what's my recourse here? Do I have any recourse? They play a land, we mill 3. So I think we just lose here. Somehow, oh, never mind. I was going to say somehow we didn't lose. We did. Yep, you got it. You can then force me to draw a card. Yeah. That seems right. Okay, yeah, we messed up early on in that game by fetching, when I could have accomplished the same exact outcome by playing the Eldrazi Temple. So, lesson learned there. You're being mana efficient, but not being conscious of the matchup. You can imagine they have consign the memories, potentially. They just drown into lock for counter magic and removal. Drown the lock is such a good card in this deck. Mill, that is. On the play for game 3. Let's see what we got. I'll keep it. Reveal the Devourer. Utopia Sprawl. Temple. Talisman. Reveal Devourer. And we'll go with Kozilek's Command. Shock. Sprawl. 4 blue. Pass. Pass. Island. Crab. No crab. Eldrazi Temple. Next turn we might be able to play the Devourer. So I'm going to just hold up this command. Glimpse. Yeah, that's fine. I would have liked that Shifting Woodland, thank you very much. Though I do like seeing that return in yard. Alright. Command. Bottom. Honestly, the Rumble doesn't feel great here, so bottom draw. Yeah, like I said, the Rumble doesn't feel great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the only unfortunate part here is the fact that... I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have an idea. I think I like better than playing this Devourer. The Devourer kind of feels bad right now because it's going to net them advantage. Feel Ruin. Well, that's rude. Force me to search for potentially an archive trap. The question is, Eldrazi Temple or the Stomping Grounds? Either ways, we're actually going to blank this. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. World Breaker. Sacrifice the Eldrazi Temple. So let's blank it. No searching here today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One land would be 7. Emrakul. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rough. I really don't want to play this Rumble. I guess we'll just go Bajukabog you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have enough for the Breaker. We also have enough for the Emrakul. Let's pass. The big thing about the Emrakul is, at least right now, they can't counter or kill it. I guess actually they definitely can't kill it because, whatchamacallit, the thing, Drown and Lock, is an instant. Alright, let's go for it. No, target you. I only have 11 engraved, so you can't counter it with Drown. You need to consign. Social Extraction hits Breaker, that's fine. You also want to crack that fetch land, methinks. Opponent's thinking here. Okay. Fetches the Polluted Delta. or Watery Grave. Tapped. Visions. Okay. Well, I appreciate you drawing cards for me to play. No. No. And then my turn, friend. If an opponent searches a land, target opponent. So sad. So I was so wishing that would say target player. The Delta. Well, I think the most I can do here is Polluted Delta, crack, fail to find. That way they can't use the Otawara. I think that's correct. So Polluted Delta, fetch. Let's take a look at the remainder of your deck. I don't think there's really anything that can interact with this Emrakul. I guess Baleful Mastery. Nope, that's an instant. Drown Lock's an instant. Murderous Cut's an instant, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll fail to find. So ideally, you cannot bounce the Emrakul. See what you draw into. I mean, even if you do 5... Yeah, I mean, I guess you will be able to delay Tasha's. 8 cards. Otawara. 2 archive traps. Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. And we will grab, I suppose, the Liquid Metal Coating. Not much else we can do here. Go to combat. Attack of Emrakul. Pass. And we got there. Alright. I guess we could have alternately just ticked up Karn for Talisman to swing in. They'd be at 3. Maybe not the worst idea. Alright, well, either ways, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we are back for match 3 on the play for game 1. I can keep this hand. And is a turn 2 Karn or turn 2 Sowing, or not Sowing Megaspawn, Kozak's Command. Depending on what we. Wait 1 second. QQ, are you in the Tron Discord? Is this the same Oakley? Well, I think you know what I'm on. Good luck, have fun. Alright, well, this is funny. This is another member of the Eldrazi Tron Discord. So they very much are, they're very familiar with my lists. I post them on the regular. Know each other's deck? Probably a little. Like, there's a possibility you might throw me for a loop. I think it's Tron. I think it's Tron, but you could throw me for a loop for something unique. Let's see. There might be some tells here. Sire, 7 deaths. So, okay, this is Tron. This is Eldrazi Tron. So I think we just end it here with Karn. Can't do much about a turn 2 Karn, friend. Karn minus. And we'll just put a nail in the coffin with liquid metal coating. And we have Temple next turn. Now, if they play a Temple as well, one thing to note here is that they might have a Command X2. So we'll play the coating, we'll target their land, but looks like we will not even get that far. So I'll win for game 1. I know for a fact that it is a version of Tron. I'm not sure if colorless or mono-green, though. We did not get enough information. I think we jumped the returns. Because, yeah, we're really looking at just Eldrazi. So, yeah, Stonebrain's in, Leveler's in. About it. About it. Could argue maybe a Haywire might, but I think this should do well. On the draw for game 2. Oh, this is a turn to Stonebrain. And we're likely to name Karn here. Devourer of Destiny. This will give us a lot of information on which version of Tron they're on. Okay, did not give us as much information as I'd hoped. Just that it is Tron. Alright, well, we'll go Ugin Lab, Null Drifter. Oh, hello. Impulse, pass. And pass. If they play a Tron land, we'll just strip the other. Yep, we're going to take out Tower. Stonebrain. You can take out Karn, but I'm not too worried about that. And I had the same idea, I'm just a little bit faster. Urza's Tower. So no Urza's Tower in hand. They were a bit greedy. Looks like it is mono-green. Alright. One Ulamog? Yes, one Ulamog. So Tower out. And pass. Imagine you probably hit Karn here. I think next turn what I'm going to do is play Cavernous Souls, return Null Drifter, and evoke the Null Drifter. Imagine you choose Karn here. I think that makes the most sense. Sowing Mycospawn, yeah, I mean, that's another one. I'm not sure that's actually the best choice right now since I already took out all the towers. I think Karn might have been the right choice just because it locks down more of your mana. Whereas Sowing Mycospawn, like, yeah, I can get rid of the temples, I suppose. So, like, I think both have some merit. Well, we will play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi, return Null Drifter to hand, and evoke the Null Drifter. I really do not have much going for me here. And pass. Oh, there's the Karn. And pass. Oh, did they find Karn? No. This might be Thought-Knot's here. Oof. Yeah, it takes the Karn. That was a well-timed Thought-Knot's here. I do miss playing Thought-Knot. It is a good card. Utopia Sprawl, you say? Well, we're not doing much otherwise, are we? Commercial District. Top deck is Windswept Teeth to Graveyard. Utopia Sprawl on blue. Blue seems right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn we do have the Devourer that will devour our Sprawl, which is a bit unfortunate. And it's not like they have any colored permanents for me to exile. So a little bit of a non-bow. Oh, now we're not even casting that. We're in trouble now, folks. That Karn was our saving grace, but now Karn might be our undoing. There's a liquid metal, yep. That checks out. We'll take 4 from the Thought Knot. Talisman of Impulse ain't doing jack right now, but we'll play it. Not like we can do much else. We'll play the Verdant Catacombs and pass. We're not dead yet, but we're not in a good spot either. Especially with this liquid metal coating on Utopia, or the Forest of the Utopia's probably knock me down 2 down to 4. So we're not going to be casting this Devourer anytime soon. Yep. That checks out. So we really need a Karn of our own right now. We just need to somehow manage to stabilize at 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they do have Devourer next turn to apply additional pressure. Chalice on 2. Yep. I guess that does break Malevolent Rumble, to be fair. We will not be able to play the command. Oh, Stomping Ground tapped. And actually we can. I'm dumb. I forgot that we had the Cavern of Souls. We'll be able to ramp a bit at least. Would have been better to go X3, but small mistakes. I don't know why sometimes I do forget that Cavern of Souls can tap for colorless. Well, Null Drifter is relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put on top and draw. It's a threat, so worthwhile having. Would be nice, like as I go 1 deeper. Have 1 more spawn. I'm hoping that is the yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the 1 more spawn would have been able to give us the Null Drifter. No, we can't. That's unfortunate. I think we've lost here. I think that alone may have locked it up in their favor. Saved by the Eldrazi Temple. Draw 2. Well, that Stone Brain's a bit late, unfortunately. Like I said, we need to stabilize at 4 mana if I can help it. The problem is that they have lethal on board, so I can't exactly attack. If they attack the Thought Knot next turn, then I'm definitely dead. So I'll have to block the Thought Knot, and then I'll still have lethal on board with this Devourer. Yeah, we have to block here. On the bright side, we get a free draw from it. Another Eldrazi Temple for what it's worth. Devourer, lethal on board. Again, if I had that 1 spawn, we actually would have been in a good position to play the Devourer as a blocker, try and keep us in the game. But right now we do not. So what's our out here? Sowing Mycospawn's already been taken out of the game. Methinks I've lost. I don't foresee a way out. Trying to think if there is. I guess a Kozilek's command. Kozilek's command could do it. That would keep us in the game. Malevolent Rumble will not. And we're out. Alright. Well, a couple misplays there on my end. Lost for game 2. On to game 3. Run it back all the same. And on the play for game 3, I will keep this hand and reveal Devourer. They go down to 5 cards, so this Stone Brain does become that much better. Especially if we start seeing the makings of a natural Tron. I wonder if it's right for me to Stone Brain or cast Stone Brain on one. Reveal Devourer. Let's see what you have on top. I also reveal Devourer. There's Karn. It is a turn behind though, which is kind of unfortunate. So we will go Lab, Imprint, Stone Brain, pass. Pass. And they exile what? So turn 3 card, exile Tower, Lab, Imprint, Talisman? A little bit concerned about that, so I think I need to go, I do need to make sure that we exile Karn now. So fetch the Wooded Foothills, grab a Forest, Malevolent Rumble. I mean, we already have 1 Karn, we don't really need to. Utopia Sprawl is mana neutral, kind of. So we'll go for the Utopia Sprawl. Yeah. And we will... I guess maybe I should have grabbed the other Karn. Karn the Great Creator. The reason being is that way, if they have a Thought-Knot Seer... Alright, Karn down. And pass. And pass. We do need to land off top. Pretty badly, actually. Tower. I imagine you just cast the Mycospawn. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're close to the Emrakul, but thankfully we don't have to worry too much here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, I will cast Karn. I will tick up Karn. And pass. And pass. Okay, they have Tron. That's less than ideal, I'll be real. Karn down to 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Grabs back the Devourer, so glad we didn't play the Utopia Sprawl. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go Commercial District. Top the command, minus Karn for Bridge. Utopia Sprawl on blue. And pass. Now that we're behind bridge, we're in a decent position. 2, 4, 7. We can play World Breaker next turn and get rid of, I think, the tower, since they've exiled one already. Correction, they'll get rid of the World Breaker most likely, though they do need to be worried about this Emrakul, mind you. Emrakul is also of a concern. But I think they should take the World Breaker. Because we'll get rid of tower otherwise. Really, I just need to keep him off of green. If I can do that... Ooh, taking the Emrakul. That's a bold move, Cotton. I can appreciate it, but bold move. So, tick up. And we will cast World Breaker. Get rid of tower. Pass. Pass. Temple. Thankfully they cannot cast their World Breaker or Myco Spawns. Another one. We'll take up with Karn. And 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we hold back on the command for right now. I wonder if they have a command of their own. They do not. Worst thing we can see right now is 1000% a forest. Kozak's command, ramp, scry, draw. X equals 5. Let's see, bottom, top, top, top. Land destruction deck online. All right, well. We'll get rid of the mine out of an excess of caution. We'll minus Karn. I'll grab the Lickle Metal Coating. Play Coating on upkeep. Target temple and pass. And I think I have them pretty much locked out. GG's. Alright, we got there. I mean, Karn is definitely the linchpin of this matchup. Karn slaying Mega Spawn and World Breakers. It's hard to play around. Once one just starts going, it's hard for them to be stopped, let's be honest. Alright, well, solid game against Eldrazi Tron. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, we are back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. A 7-drop makes this, and we have roughly a 20% chance of drawing one. We have 2 draws. I'll keep. Ooh, might be the mirror match, might be Tron again. We'll find out. Well, it is the mirror match. Utopia Sprawl. Well. So a Mana Valley spell. Talisman. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Because I know that I'm not going to be casting my Kozak's commands, that's for sure. Pass. Lab. And you and I are on the same wavelength, but I don't know if I have that 7 mana value spell to tuck. Do you have a Myco spawn? Talisman. Look at me, I have the same talisman. Okay, well, you know what? It's a different soul land. Cast. I'm a little bit worried that you have a Myco spawn coming up, though. Not gonna lie. Grab a temple. And pass. Moto thinking. Yeah, the lag's not like back in full force, but it's not great either. Alright, do you have the Myco spawn? I'm gonna guess you do. Either that, or maybe a command, but I feel like you would have played that earlier. So I feel like you have the Myco spawn. And you're gonna kick what? The Sprawl? I think the Sprawl would be correct if you don't, since you don't know that I have, what? I got nothing? That's shocking. Appalling even. Putting too many Sprawls into one basket feels bad, I think. So we will go Talisman of Curiosity. Misty Rainforest. Fetch with Misty Rainforest. Grab a Commercial District. So it's on top. We're going to put that in the grave. And Utopia Sprawl on the district. On blue. I'll go to combat. You and I have all the mana. It looks like both of us don't have anything to do with it. Unless you, in fact, have a Kozak's command, in which case I'll be big sad, because that's going to be Kozak's command X4. And I think I'm big sad. So, I mean, there's no way that they whiff. I mean, okay. There's a percentage chance that they whiff, but like on the number of potential hits they have, it has to be close to 97%. Worldbreaker, Soin Myco Spawn, Emrakul, Karn. So like they have upwards of what, 3, 7, 9, 13. Yeah, I mean, looking 4 deep and then still having a 5th on the draw. I mean, yeah, that's close to 97% chance of finding a threat here. That is detrimental to my existence. So I am a little bit scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So they don't have an Emrakul, thankfully. Into grave. Ooh, actually, I guess they're at 12. So one land does get them an Emrakul. But no Emrakul, it looks like. Instead, Malevolent Rumble. They did 2 top, 2 bottom, Rumble. I'm gonna guess you grab the Soin Myco spawn. There's no way you grab the Null Drifter, right? Like, the Soin Myco spawn is the key here. I'll have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana, so I'm still in a good spot, all of things considered. I mean, I don't think this is even a choice. You grab the Soin Myco spawn. Unless maybe Moto is just lagging. Imagine they've already made the choice and cast the Soin Myco spawn and kick the land, and it's my turn. I guess there's also a possibility that they do have an Emrakul in hand, and that this will result in them being able to cast it, maybe. But I mean, even still, take the Myco spawn and Null Drifter fills that role, right? Maybe in their mind they're thinking about Null Drifter, so it's Annihilator 1, draw 2, maybe? But if that's the case, then kick the Soin Myco spawn and grab a Shifting Woodland, right? Don't mention to them the fact that I'm definitely going to Bajuka bot. You grab the Null Drifter. I'm confused. Very, in fact. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you have the Emrakul? Oh, you already have a Myco spawn. You should have kept the other Myco spawn. 1000% should have kept the Myco spawn. I guess if you get rid of the commercial district, I don't have access to red mana, but once again, I don't think I'm exactly inclined to be casting Kozilek's Return right now. Only time I think that's relevance end step after they've cast a Kozilek's command of their own. So that way you can clear the spawns with the return. Oh, that's why you wanted the Drifter. So you could trigger the Sanctum. I see. Blue. 42. Null Drifter. Yep. Now make sure you stack the triggers the opposite way. Because if you draw first with the Null Drifter, you might draw into what you're looking for, meaning that you could either choose not to sack the Ugin, or, not to sound like a seal, you could choose something else. Maybe another World Breaker, etc., right? So, I mean, they're going to grab Emrakul, right? Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm even more confused now. You had the ability to have 2 Myco spawn already. Why the Drifter? Okay. I'm confused, but I mean, they're about to win the match, I think. I don't think I have any okay, no, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go ahead and first off and foremost, Bojuka Bog. No Emrakul for you. And then we will get rid of a threat in the way of Devourer of Destiny. And I guess we really just go with another Eldrazi temple. We have a green source in the way of the talisman, so I'm not too concerned right now. We'll pass. I guess maybe there's an argument to attacking the Soin Myco Spawn first to see if they wanted to crash the Myco Spawns and then Bojuka Bogging. I think I am a little bit too itchy with the Bojuka Bog sometimes, I will admit. 2, 4, 6. Yep, you got it. Don't even need to sacrifice the spawn. I mean, I think I currently somehow have advantage. You take out my forest, that's fine, honestly. Once again, we have the Talisman of Curiosity, so I'm not too perturbed by that. Now, if you also cast a World Breaker after this, well, I mean, I might have other discussions. But that's all I know in your hand. You have 3 unknowns. I imagine you grab a Temple of your own. Maybe an Ugin Lab if you have a 7-mana value spell in hand. Still not sure if this is Karn version or not. Bog me. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not sure if that was the right time to bog, but it definitely delays me if you find it. Ooh. Okay, well, about that. So I will... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, just with the mana alone, we have enough. If we include the fact, yeah, I think maybe we just don't crash the Myco Spawns, we just hold. We'll just hold, it's fine. We good. We're gonna grab a big ol' Emrakul after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you got a World Breaker? You do. We're gonna target my Talisman. My Sanctum, well, that's a mistake. Because we're gonna do this. So that trigger will fizzle, as it will not have a legal target. Okay, yes. Emrakul. And bottom. So we definitely don't want the return. Devour's not doing anything. Null Drifter and Myco Spawn are kind of nice. We can go Myco Spawn, bottom, bottom, top, fizzle. Okay, friends. Well, so we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 18. 11, 18, 18 minus 4 is still enough for Emrakul, so I can start off by making sure we'll have 2, 11, yes. So, our 2, 9, 12, and then we'll have another land. Yes, so this is fine. Opponent concedes. Win for game 1 against Temur Eldrazi Ramp. And we'll bring in 2 Stone Brains and the Leveler. And cut the returns. Now we still don't know if they're on Karn or not. We did not see that. Honestly, I really did think we were on the losing side of that fight, and we turned it around at some point. I do think they did make a few mistakes by not keeping that second Myco Spawn instead of going for the Null Drifter. I do think they could have pressed their advantage quite significantly. I'm looking at my stats in front of me. It's actually really fascinating how my game 1, I win 61% of my game 1, only 51 of my game 2, but 60 of my game 3. That is interesting. On the draw for game 2. I mean, yeah, we'll keep it. This is a decent hand. Keep. Pass. Reveal Devour. What do you exile, friend? Will you tell me whether or not you play Karn? Because that is important info. Devour trigger on the stack. Opponent's thinking. To Karn or not to Karn? 'Tis the question of every Temur Eldrazi Ram player. Especially if you're competing in the next regional championships. If in the next, 3 weeks there's going to be 3 RCs. I think there's one in Prague, one in Canada, and one in Portland. I think those are the 3 that I'm aware of that are coming up. It really comes down to just the last minute tuning at this point. I'm actually going to need to submit my deck soon. Completely forgot about that. Okay. So you feel confident on the number of lands you have. Do you have no Utopias, bro? This feels like a slow hand, friend. Well, I will Ugin Lab. Tuck the Null Drifter. Stone Brain. Pass. I mean, I am now tempted to Malevolent Rumble next turn. Okay, Hedge Maze does make me feel like you do not actually run Karn. I feel like that is, funny enough, the difference. We also might see it in some of their sideboard cards. Malevolent Rumble. A Stone Brain of your own. Fascinating. Well, we shall play first. And Rumble. I mean, if I show them a Karn, they're going to take the Karn, but at least we go plus, I suppose. Otherwise, we could go World Breaker. I think I go Karn. And then we're going to name Soin Mycospawn. I don't know if you actually play Karn or not. You clearly know that I do now, but I'm going to go Soin Mycospawn. I think that will make sense. There's Soin Mycospawn, and there is the Karn. So this is... Which actually version is this? Is this my version, or is this... the other version? 3 Null Drifters, 2 Breakers, and 4 Devourers. No, 3 Devourers? This looks like it might be... Maybe it is my version. It looks pretty similar. Alright, but yeah, so I'm gonna spawn out. 5 cards in hand. And pass. You'll want to name Karn, methinks. At least next time we get a Kozilek's command X equals 3. Like I said, at the very least, we will get a Rumble. Okay, so we're gonna Rumble. And then... Ooh, this is interesting. You could do something fun with that Shifting Woodland, actually. Would you have enough? Yeah, you would have enough if you do put Emrakul into the grave. You'd have 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, maybe... Yeah, you would have 4. So choose a Shifting Woodland. Yeah, look at you. That's why I love the Shifting Woodland. So doing very similar play to me. And will Stonebrain me, I imagine naming Karn the Great Creator. I think it'd be a mistake not to. Oh. The dial-up noises. They have entered my mind. I am confused. Okay. Uh-huh. Fascinating. That's a choice. I won't lie. Knowing full well that there's a Karn in my hand. Not naming Karn's a choice. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, we'll play Karn. I'm gonna minus Karn. I'm gonna grab a local mellow coating. I'm gonna pass. And pass. Do you have a threat you can play? Opponent's thinking. We know 4 of your cards in hand. And you can't play the Devourer. Null Drifter? Evoked? Maybe. Yeah, I generally think they messed up by not naming Karn there, knowing Karn's in hand. Rumble. Return. Oh, you got another Emrakul. We're definitely dumping that graveyard next turn. So imagine you keep the Emrakul, right? That'd be my guess. But I don't think you're going to be able to play it, is the thing. We're going to have a Kozilek's command X equals 3. So you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. I'll be honest, a little bit too close for comfort. Vel. Eldrazi Temple. Lickle Mellow Coating. Coating, target, Eldrazi Temple. Tick up with Karn. So you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whatchamacallit? A single. I'm gonna scry and XL actually. A single soul land gets you there. So I'm gonna scry and then we're XLing 3. So we'll go. Let's see. Kozak's Command takes out 1. Utopia Sprawl is 2. And Emrakul looks to be 3. Right? Yeah. I mean, the return's still there. I guess we could also grab the Talisman, kind of harder to get in there. So Emrakul, Talisman, Sprawl looks good. Yes. Emrakul, Talisman, Sprawl. That does look good. No Emrakul for you, friend. Speaking of Emrakul, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're a little bit short, so we'll go top, bog, pass. And I think we should have the game locked down. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 at most. And we'll be able to get rid of 2 lands next turn. Null Drifter. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh. Yep, Null Drifter. All right. I'm gonna draw a couple cards. That's about it. Up your graveyard to 5, but I think it won't matter because we'll bog your graveyard. We will Worldbreaker a land. Shock? No. All right. So let's start off with Liquid Metal Coating on, let's say, the Hedge Maze. Karn take up, Hedge Maze, gone. Then Worldbreaker. Worldbreaker targeting Shifting Woodland. Alright, clean 2-0 win against Team Eldrazi Ramp. With that said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Hand's a bit odd, but it is keepable. It is a bit fragile to disruption, I will admit, though. I will keep it and pass to my opponent. Swamp. You got a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize. Think you want to take this command, honestly. I think that's your best bet. Like, you can take a Worldbreaker or a Null Drifter, sure, but we'll still ramp. So I think the command is correct, because that's going to give me card selection and ramp. Yeah. Glad you and I are on the same page, opponent. Devourer, you say? Well, I'll tuck the Null Drifter then. Talisman. Pass. So do we want to tuck the Breaker or the Devourer? Because one Soul Land does get us one of them on turn 3. This does look to be Murktide, or rather, what? Sorry. That was the sound of my brain breaking, apparently. We are currently on 3, 4. This would be 6. So Bog doesn't feel great right now. Well, seeing Soren, I think this might be something with maybe Necrodominance. So we'll go Breaker, hold up the Devourer, and pass. We'll hold up the ability to respond in case of a Break to Ice main. I have no idea what I'm playing against, so I'm not going to pretend that I know what to expect. A Kozilek's return, eh? Well, I guess I will play the Bog. Bog, target you. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. 1 land would be good. I'll probably put the return into Yard on end step just for the sake of doing so. At least that way you might be able to get rid of the Soren plus something else. The Soren's fascinating, though. Mire. Bolt. Trawler. Extort. Target me. Target me. Yes, that is fine. Go to end step. And return. Pass. Land. We are stuck 1 short right now. Okay, we really need a land here. I know we have 3 out of our, 22, so we have 19 left in the deck. Land. Hey, there we go. So we can go 2, 4, 6, 7. Goodbye, Soren. I will exile you. No. Probably should have done the opposite order in case they countered one of the triggers. Still not sure what we're playing against. Still trying to piece that one together. Opponent's thinking. Like, all I've seen really is the Soren, the Trawler, and I guess the Fellmire. I mean, this feels like with that, like the Fel the Profane does make me think of Necrodom. Another Soren. Yes. Huh. I think we just press our advantage right now. And stack the triggers like this. Yes, get rid of the Soren. Go to combat. Attack for 6. Lethal's on board. Sign in Blood. And alright, we win. I don't know what I'm playing against. Not in the slightest. I mean, the blue makes me think that, like, they might have counter spells, and so, like, maybe I'm thinking we take out 2 Karn for 2 Dismember. 1 Emrakul for a Cityscape Leveler. But the Fel the Profane makes me feel like it might be, whatchamacallit, Necro, right? And the Soren too. Soren was played for a time in Necrodom. So it makes me feel like it might be Necrodom. If that is, then I kind of want the Stone Brains in. But I feel like bringing the Stone Brains in blindly would put me at a disadvantage. Yeah, there's no real good solution, I don't think. Maybe we just run it back as is, as we just don't have enough information. On the draw for game 2, I can keep this. I can definitely keep this. Keep, reveal, pass. Best thing we could see off the top 4 is an Ugin's Lab. Second best, Eldrazi Temple. I'll go a Null Drifter. So Misty Rainforest, fetch for a forest, Utopia Sprawl on red, and pass. Undercity Sewers, Thoughtseize into Grave, and pass. External Rumble and Talisman, Shock or Bolt in the Bog, and Sorin. Once again, I haven't seen too many new cards this game. Still a bit confused. Oh, okay, so I do think I'm right. I think it is Necro. Flips to Sorin. Yeah. And then you're going to deal me equal to life gained. Yep. Okay, we're starting to see what this deck can do. Let's Rumble first. No. Right? No. Well, yeah. Reading Pool shocked. So we go Talisman. Need to get rid of that Sorin. Me feels. Rumble. Soul Land? No Soul Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab the Cavern just in case. And pass. Make food. Crack the Catacombs. Do you have the Necrodom? Yup. Okay, so it is Necrodominance. We have confirmed now. I mean, go 18 and I think you kill me. I think you kill me if you go down to 18. Or go down to 1, rather. Straight up, I think you kill me. I also say this knowing that if you don't, I could kill you with Karn. But I think you kill me. Just go down to 1, send it. Find your 3 soul spikes. They did. Do it. Show it to me. Show me 3 soul spikes. You got it. 1. Imagine if you could extort as well. Up to 5. 5 even. Do we see another number 2? Oh, wait. No, number 2. Oh, there's number 2. Do we have a number 3? Oh, no. They whiffed on the 3rd. Okay. Okay. The amount of life you gain is turned to any target, so you can deal me 3 is the problem. Okay, so we have the Soul Land. The problem is we can't leave Sorin unattended, right? Sorin unattended means we lose. They crack the food, they kill me. Period. Done, dusted, gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugin Lab. Tuck the Drifter, so we need to deal with the Sorin. Right? We have multiple ways to deal with this. Okay. If we are able to shut down the food, the only way that they gain life is off the extort, right? So, but they probably have a Shieldred in hand, right? Ugh. Okay, so let's think this through. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Turn minus for a Haywire Mite. We're going to play the Haywire Mite. I'm going to activate the Haywire Mite, targeting the Necrodominance. Maybe I could have been slightly more mana efficient to ensure that we could also rumble. But yeah, I guess we could have been slightly more mana efficient. But we did get there. Do you have a Shieldred? Can you extort 3 times? Thoughtseize. Okay, extort number 1. So I don't think you can extort 3 times. Oh, but you can gain life equal to the amount... Oh, you can deal life equal to the amount that you gained. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, Sign in Blood closing it out that... Okay, respect. I can't complain with that. Damn. Okay. What was the right move there? Was the right move to disable Sorin or disable Necro? Not sure. So this looks to be Dimir Necrodominance. Lost for game 2, on to game 3. Do I have a sideboard guide for Necrodominance? No, I didn't think so. Well, for one, I feel like the returns are not going to be great. So I think I bring in 2 brains and a Might. And a Leveler over the Emrakul, maybe? Actually, no. I think the best way I could kill them is by literally taking control of their turn and then killing them with their own Necrodominance. I think that would be the perfect way to end it. Alright, we'll run it back like this. On the play for game 3. Interesting hand. I'll keep it. It is heavily reliant on that we draw into a 7 mana value spell. Playing pure and simple. We'll go Mystery Rainforest, fetch into a commercial district. That will give us an additional chance. We have 11, so it should be roughly 20% chance per card seen. And pass. Go to end step. Okay, Blue Delta. We will fetch with Mr. Rainforest for a commercial district. Trigger. Coalesce commands, not gonna cut it right now. Into grave. As much as I would love it. 7 mana value spell. Rumble. Well, saying to Mavugan. We will rumble. There's that Emrakul I've been thinking about. I will grab the Emrakul. And we have 5 card types in yard now. I has ideas. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll be able to tuck the Emrakul, insulating it from a Seize effect. We can then Sowing Mycospawn and Malevolent Rumble. Actually, no, we can only do 1. We can only do 1 because we only have 1 green source. If we draw into another green source, then we can talk about that further. There's also a thought there to maybe putting the Emrakul in grave and grabbing Shifting Woodland. But once again, we would also need an additional green source, so maybe not. I guess we could grab... No, the Cavern wouldn't solve it. So yeah, maybe. We'll hold up the ability to respond in case of a Bowmaster, I suppose. Nothing. Okay. Karn. Well, like I said, we're going to insulate the Emrakul. We're going to cast Assign Mycospawn. Not kicked. We're gonna grab a Eldrazi Temple. Well, There's a thought to going Forest instead and trying to fill the graveyard even further. Because we can have, what, 8 types in Yard? In fact, we could go Shifting Woodland. I have thoughts. This might be greedy. Because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go Shifting Woodland. And then we will rumble once more. Like I said, this is greedy. Flusterstorm. Wild. Was not expecting that. Oh, I don't got the mana. No. That's a surprise. I guess it makes sense why they're playing blue. A little bit of counter magic goes a long way. And pass. Do you have the Necrodom? 'Tis the question. Bog. Okay, well, that's rude. I did a lot of hard work to get those cards in my graveyard. Thank you very much. Sanctum of Ugin and Shifting Woodland for another rumble. Stonebrain. Yeah, I think that's correct. But you on the fair mid-range game plan. We will the Stonebrain. I will the Ugin Lab. No imprint. And Stonebrain target you, naming Necrodominance. Two Soul Spikes in hand. That's wild. Wait 1 second. No shot. This is the Nourishing Shoal list. Okay, this makes so much more sense now. Oh, I also see those 4 break dice and I'm not thrilled about it, I'll be real. But okay, this all makes so much more sense. This makes so much more sense. Alright, well, I will pass. I shall not attack. If you want to kill the Mycospawn, go ahead and kill the Mycospawn. Next turn we can play cards. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can put another 2 types in Yard in the way of a Walking Ballista. So it'll be 11, 12. 13 would be Bajukabog. Okay. I mean, I think we have it. We'll have the ability to respond in case they want to Soul Spike, they'll Eldrazi spawn. Okay. A talisman, you say? Well, we will play Karn. Does Karn resolve? No? Rude. 'Tis rude. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, we'll go ahead and bog you. And I guess I will play the talisman and pass 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could attack in. That is a thought. They block, but I don't think they will. They've been hesitant to attack, so I'm doubtful they'll block. Right? Watergrave tapped. And pass. And hold up the ability to respond. Just in case. Blue Delta. And pass. I mean, the clock is ticking, friend. Ooh. Well, this will help. This will most certainly help. Oh, time to attack. Want to block? Didn't think so. Worth a shot. I mean, if they attack, we'll block the spawn, right? The thing is, if they counter this Kozak's command, we'll be in a position where we'll still be able to resolve the Emrakul. Because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll draw 2. Another Sign in Blood. Yep. Be my guest. Go to combat. Attack. Go to blocks. And command. X. God knows how many. Will this resolve? I will not trigger the Sanctum. Alright, opponent concedes. We got there. And that there will lock in a 4-1 win for tonight's league. So not bad at all. Only loss was against Rakdos Affinity out of all things, which is kind of wild to think about, but you know, sometimes you just run into those rogue decks that you're not expecting. Do I think it has any staying power? Absolutely not. But, I mean, it worked. It did its job, so give credit's due. Moxilable can definitely prop up an Affinity deck, and it definitely did just that. But that being said, the deck's feeling good. Honestly, didn't notice the difference between 2 versus 3 Devourers, but definitely noticed the difference between the number of World Breakers we had available to us. And World Breaker almost always overperforms, so very happy to have more copies of that in the deck. Really, at this point, we're really just following the data to see what needs to go up in numbers, what needs to go down in numbers, trying to figure out the sideboard a bit more. I think the main thing that we're discussing in my Discord server is whether or not to introduce Consign to Memory for the mirror match. But as we saw in the mirror match, that Stone Brain can be just as good, being able to strip out Karn, strip out Sowing, Mycospawn, etc., right? Depending on what you think is the threat in that moment. But that being said, as always, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, please do consider hitting that like button. If you did notice any mistakes that I made, any misplays or lines that I missed, or just some general feedback, please do consider commenting down below. As much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well, as I certainly have room for improvement. Also, if you aren't already and are at this point in the video, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers, and when we reach that goal, we'll be able to start monetizing this channel, which will allow me to start saving up for a streaming PC so I can stream these leagues live on Twitch as well. And last but not least, if you are interested in my Eldrazi Ramp Primer that I'm currently in the process of writing, you can get early access to it by going to my Patreon and joining Tier 2. If you want also early access to these videos, you can join Tier 3 and catch them there as well. But with that being said, folks, thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!